Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today's a day that some days I choose not to be here on this day, but today I chose to be here. And I chose to wear my daughter's favorite color. And I chose some things to share with y'all when we were laughing, we were smiling. Life was good. Life was good. For anybody who has watched us for 20 years, you know that she was my co-host. She was my partner in crime in everything. We did some fun stuff together. We did some crazy stuff together. I would give anything if I could have found the program where she slid in here late on a Friday morning and Mama gave her that look that would choke. I mean, I was ill. But she got here and she said, I'm on time. We're not live yet. Well, she sat down 1 second before we went live, so Mama was having a heart attack. But what I would give to be able to give her a hard time today for being late. But we're not going to give her a hard time. We're going to share some of the really fun stuff we did with her. She loved cooking. She had some great recipes. And I'm going to ask y'all to help me because I'm doing a cookbook. I'm redoing the old cookbook, but I'm doing whole new spin on it because I want all you grannies out there to send me recipes, please. If you have any recipes that have been in your family a long time, and this started when I got my mind on my mama and Essie Mae Roach in the kitchen at the company house in Tate, because those are some of the best and the first really good country cooking meals I remember. And Lord have mercy, were they good. And so I want to dig deep and go into the country. A lot of the recipes that I share were Angela's grandmother's recipes and her great-grandmother's recipes. A lot of the recipes I share were my great-aunt's recipes. And I love sharing old lady stuff because you know who could cook? Old ladies could cook. And old ladies need to be sharing it with their family. And we've got some photos today we're going to show you. And you'll see that we're sharing kitchen time with the sweet little girl that y'all all love. But this weekend, I know a lot of folks were fighting the rain, 5 to 6 inches in North Georgia. Ball Ground got its own double dose of it. And the Calvin Farmer Park probably, it was crazy. It was over the top. It was going down the banks. It was doing crazy. And within an hour, it was back to normal. So it was really, really weird. Lots of rain, and everything seemed to handle it okay. Had some drains that were stopped up, got them unstopped, and everything went right back to normal, which was really, really good because I saw some photos of the rivers as they got right up to the top of the banks. That's a little bit scary. That's a little bit scary. But we made it through it. Guess what we're facing now? The high Thursday is going to be 33 degrees. I don't like that. I just don't like cold weather coming back. And it just makes everything that's hurts worse. So, goodness, can we get on to spring? You know, I know it's just January the 12th, but can we get on to spring and let's move quickly? Let's move real fast if we can. Now, for you who tune into us on YouTube, I want to remind you that we have hundreds of programs out there from way back yonder. And if you're watching us on ETC and you say, well, I know Sherry did that cookie recipe one day on Heart of the Home, you can just nearly bet your last dollar that it's on YouTube. So check out YouTube, get our recipes, get all your old family members who have visited and been with us live. And this is something I want to share. Everybody knows I make a living as a real estate agent, and I love what I do. And one of the things I really, really love is helping families who have lost a family member or to settle an estate. That's my favorite thing ever. And I had the wisdom, and it was planted in my head by somebody to tell me to please come and call the Timothy House and get them to help me. I called the Timothy House. And these guys, we blessed them with everything we possibly could that they could use, from food to furniture to linens to cleaning products, anything we thought they could use. These guys brought 5 of them and a truck and a trailer, and they loaded and they loaded and they loaded, and I'm forever grateful for them. They worked really, really hard. We started on New Year's Day, and I don't know if y'all can count from New Year's Day was January the 1st. We were still working at it yesterday, and we worked until about 6:15 last night. We're down to 1 room left. So if your family has gone to be with Jesus and you're trying to settle an estate and you have stuff, go through as a family, pick out what you want, but what's left you can donate and get a tax write-off and help somebody else. Be a blessing to somebody else. This is after we were down to just the nitty-gritty. We had gotten all the furniture out and just kept on giving and giving and giving, and it is a great way to help somebody and to also get a tax break yourself. So do that. And everybody gets traumatized when somebody passes away. When Angela passed away, we had a huge yard sale to raise money for her funeral, and sadly her insurance had gone to somebody who shouldn't have gotten it, but it happened and we had to deal with it. And so if you're facing a crisis with a family member passing and you're trying to figure out what to do with all this stuff, pick up the phone and call the Timothy House and talk to them and say, hey, I've got this stuff. What can you use? How can we do this? And they will, honestly, amazing team. 5 volunteers came and they helped and helped and helped. And who else would have done it on a New Year's Day? Now this, everybody always says, where do you get the best biscuit in the world? Well, I couldn't determine the best biscuit, but I can tell you about 5 places that I frequent, and the Shell gas station down in Ball Ground is one of them. They make the big biscuits that are mouth-watering and good and yummy, but I learned a lesson. If you don't get there before 10 o'clock, they're down to low and slow. They ain't got much left because they sell a whole ton of them. So get out and support all our local biscuit makers. Do you know that biscuit making is an art? And not everybody can do it. And I've been at some restaurants that they couldn't do it, and they use them frozen ones. So, and this is our honor of the girls at the Shell gas station. So, but when you think about making biscuits, when you think about getting in the kitchen, if you don't get in the kitchen with your young'uns and teach them how to make biscuits, nobody else is going to be here to do it. So make plans to just spend a day. Say, hey, young'uns, get together and let's come make biscuits. Now there's the lady, my mama, who could never make a biscuit. She never even tried. She made spoon biscuits. I said, what you making a spoon biscuit for? And she drop biscuits, and she'd make those. And I'm like, why don't you really make biscuits like Granny does? And she said, well, it just seems like a lot of trouble. Well, it's not. You can make a pan of biscuits in 10 minutes. It's not a big deal. It's the technique, and you got to get the technique right. So to my sweet mama, now, today, because it is the day that Angela left us, I found a bunch of old pictures when we had Magnolia Corners on one side of the street and we lived on the other side of the street. And I just went over there and I got this house and we redid it, painted it, stripped the floors, did all this stuff, and made us a little gift shop there. Angela loved every minute of it. She loved y'all stopping by. She loved decorating. And you see those pink and black curtains? That is compliments of Miss Audrey Kidwell. When I said, Miss Audrey, I've got this crazy idea what I want for curtains. It was perfect, and I love it. And I'm so thankful for Miss Audrey. Right now, she is battling dementia, and see how she made those? Is that not the coolest thing ever? I love pink and black. But we had so many sweet memories at Magnolia Corners, and so many of y'all would stop by. We did curtains, comforters, pillowcases. We made flower arrangements to match it. We had the best time. Now this is what Ball Ground looked like Saturday morning. The pond got out of its banks for just a little bit, and the creek got out of its banks for just a little bit, but then within an hour, everything was back to normal. It was the weirdest thing. It was just crazy. The water did what it did, and the flow did what it did, and then it got right back to normal, and everything was good. And within an hour, there were people actually out there on the walking trail walking, and I thought, this is crazy. But we had between 5 and 6 inches in Ball Ground, so lots and lots of water. I hope all of y'all stayed safe, got no damage. it was kind of a crazy event, and it rained hard and it rained long. So, but again, got back to normal. The only thing that worries me is when the creek gets out of its banks, do the snakes know to stay in the creek, or do they get out and come visit us? I don't know. I don't like snakes. I hate snakes. So I hope that the snakes stayed in their house, or they had their head hid because it's winter. Maybe they're hibernating. I hope so. But we had a Fast and Furious. Now this, I'm trying to find. This popped up on something I was looking at the other day, and I cannot find all the pictures, but it said, Fields of the Wood Picture Slideshow on YouTube. Well, I can't find it, so if y'all can find it, will you share it with me? Because it's our stuff, but I can't find it. And I don't know why, but it was a day that we took Brother Matt up there. He delivered a message. It's on YouTube, and y'all can watch it. And it was a message about the empty tomb. So check it out. And if you find it, then send me the link to it. Now this is my precious. That is what I've decided to do the cookbook over and just talk about how important grandparents are and how important that meal is at Granny's house and how important that time is that you spend with Granny, because there's something about a grandma and a kid and their relationship. My grandmother was my best friend every day of my life, every single day of my life. And that Xana, she's our bud. Now she is something else. She is one special, special little girl. So yeah, Xana has encouraged me. And this is this is the cabin after we finished. We have one more day because there's one more room that has about whipped us, but we're getting it. We're getting it. Getting it. But don't forget, if you're settling an estate, if you're doing something that you're just traumatized because you're having to deal with all the memories, we'd be happy to come and do it for you. It's amazing to me the time it took to empty every shelf, because you have to go through everything and make sure you don't find anything that they need, maybe the family might need later. So it was very time consuming, but it is very, very rewarding too. And to keep the family from having to do this, because it's tough. It's tough to have to sit and go through stuff that brings back memories, some good, some bad. And often it's very emotional. So if you need some help, pick up the phone and call the Timothy house. Can y'all tell I'm wheezing bad again? I'm wheezing bad again. Oh gosh. Maybe by the time spring comes and then the spring allergies start, I'll get better or worse. I don't know which. But it just keeps on keeping on. But anyway, there's something. Pick up the phone, call the Timothy house. Say, hey, Sherry said y'all were great and you worked hard, and we have some stuff we'd like to donate, or even make a monetary donation to them. Because those are guys that are turning their lives around. Maybe took the wrong path, maybe ended up in trouble, maybe ended up addicted to drugs, but they're taking a turn, and we can help them by making a donation. So there you go. There you go. And thank you again to the Timothy house. They're located, it's a Talking Rock address, and you can Google it and find it and pick up the phone and call them. And if you have something you need done, if you have some things you need moved, if you have things that you need rid of and you can donate. A lot of the thrift stores are not coming to get furniture anymore, but the Timothy house did, and I said, I think everybody at the Timothy house is sitting in a recliner today thanks to this sweet family. So there you go. We're going to share some stuff that I chose because I want to remember my daughter when she smiled. I want to remember her when you loved her so much. Everybody would stop me in the grocery store. They'd stop Charlene. Angela was battling cancer, and they would say, how's she doing? Is she okay? She had multiple surgeries, and then some things happened to her financially. She was scammed, and she couldn't deal with it, and she ended her life. And it was a very, very hard moment. It's a very hard thing. And recently in Cherokee County, a family was faced with something even worse because the father took his daughter's life and then his own. We don't know when somebody's going to snap. But if you see signs that somebody is hurting, that somebody is depressed, that somebody is struggling, please, please reach out and get them help. We all blame ourselves because why didn't we see this coming? Well, we really did, but we avoided it because we thought she's going to be okay. No. when you get so depressed and so down and something traumatic has happened to you. Often the wrong decision is made. But we're going to go now to some very good times and fun things in the kitchen, here on set, and at times that Angela and I were having a good time doing things that we loved, and it was often in the kitchen. So here we go. This will be our first time cooking here together. We're going to tell you a secret. We don't know how to operate this new stove, and it took us 30 minutes to figure out how to turn one eye on, but we're going to prepare a meal. She's prepared this for me many times. It was a good friend's recipe. Absolutely love it, but I didn't know how simple it was. So this week we talked about it, and she said, Mom, I can do that in 3 minutes, so we're going to do it, and you will love this one. And it's a company's coming recipe, or feed it to your family and make it simple. You will love this one. Angela, tell them the ingredients.
The ingredients are, you want boneless chicken breast, you want chopped spinach, frozen packages are fine, cream cheese, you want 2 packages of those, then you want 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, you want 1 beef bouillon cube, some minced garlic, salt and pepper, garlic salt, and a little EVOO. And that's it. You're ready to go.
Well, Angela, we've got the cubed chicken. Let's put it on. Let's cook my chicken up, what, 5 minutes? And yours will cook 7 minutes maybe?
I take the whole breast and then I cut it in half with just my kitchen scissors. And while I've got my chicken going and my EVOO, little garlic, salt and pepper, then I also put my water on the boil, drop my 2 big cubes of frozen chopped spinach in there. I don't usually go by the directions. I just stir it up, and I've also got my beef bouillon cube in there. Stir it until it breaks apart and looks done. It's common sense. Just give it a little stir when the pieces come apart and it's ready to go. Then you've got to drain that spinach really well to get all your water out.
So you use a colander.
Use a colander. Press it out with a spoon. Make sure we get it completely dry, because we're going to be adding cheese to that. And we don't want a watery mix. We want it real cheesy.
Angela, you got your spinach drained good. That looks great. Now you're going to add the cream cheese.
We're going to add 2 blocks of the cream cheese.
2 blocks of cream cheese. And we're going to add the cheddar cheese.
2 cups.
2 cups of cheddar cheese. We're bringing the spinach and the cheese. We're just warming it up a little bit. Going to dissolve everything together, and then we're going to add this wonderful hot chicken to it. Just work the cheese until everything is melted down. And these flavors together are absolutely incredible. This is simple, and I think it's going to impress people.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now what we're doing, we're putting the biggest half of the breast down, and we're just going to pack it with the filling, which is our spinach and cheese. Then we're going to put the small part of the breast on top. We're going to put some more of the spinach and cheese, just a little bit this time. Kind of mash it out. Then we're going to cover it with some shredded.
Wow.
We're going to pop this in the oven, let this cheese melt, and then serve it up.
In the oven for what, 5 to 7 minutes?
Sure.
There you go.
We're going to take our little chicken bites for our family dish. We're just going to slightly drain them off a little bit, and we're going to throw them into our other spinach and cheese mixture.
Oh, it smells so good.
And this is the easy part. We're just going to mix all this together, throw it in a casserole dish.
I am so impressed. This was so simple. It smells delicious. And I know from past experience it tastes delicious. And thanks for sharing this wonderful recipe. It was a simple one, and it was an elegant one. Tune in again next week, Heart of the Home. We'll see you then. Farm, where we would love to share 2 of our favorite party recipes. We're going to be making baby pizzas, which is Miss Emily Martin's favorite thing, and we're going to be making our chicken bacon roll-ups, which is Miss Angela Burgess's favorite things. We have made hundreds of these, and we've been making the baby pizzas since Emily was 2 years old, and you're now, how old are you? 11. So for 9 years, our family's been enjoying these recipes. We'd love to share them with you, so Emily and I are going to make some. And Angela's going to be working on the chicken roll-ups. Easy, simple, and a winner recipe. There you go. Open your biscuits. Do it right here in the middle. Okay, we're going to spray our pan with Pam. Okay. And Emily and I are going to divide any brand of biscuits you like. You divide your dough in half.
And you just mash it out as thin as you can possibly mash it using your hands. And today we're going to have 2 varieties. My dad had the best recipe in the world for spaghetti sauce, and we all make Daddy's spaghetti sauce. And I usually keep some frozen in my freezer. So you drag a container out of the freezer, you let it thaw while you're at work, you come home, you put these together and you have a great easy snack for Super Bowl night. And then today we're doing the barbecue chicken ones because one of my friends happens to love barbecue chicken pizza. So we did 4 chicken breasts, we deboned them, we've put them in tiny pieces. Right now we are putting 1 spoonful of chicken on each of our biscuit halves, and these will be ready in about 8 to 10 minutes. You put the chicken on, you cover them with your cheese, you pop them in the oven at 375, and shortly you will make some smiling faces. Here's your product as it comes out of the oven. Nice and hot and cheesy. Emily, you want to taste this? There you go. Good? Very good. Angela's now going to show you how to make our chicken roll-up using Oscar Mayer bacon, boneless chicken breast, and brown sugar. Simple, simple recipe. Go ahead.
First thing I do is I get the boneless chicken tender strips. And I just cut those up with the scissors. You can get like 3 bites out of 1 strip, which is really awesome. Put a little bit of Worcestershire on there, let it soak. Then get your Oscar Mayer bacon and cut that in half. So get double for the package. Then just take a little bit of the chicken, and then we're going to roll it up. And you can also put water chestnuts in these, which gives it a little bit extra crunch, and that makes it super yummy. Then just line them up in your little cooking dish, put them pretty close, and then after we get the bowl full, we're going to cover them in brown sugar.
Sinfully cover them in brown sugar.
So you got all the necessities for a super great snack. You got your fat, your little bacon, your chicken, and your sugar. And have your Diet Coke with that.
All right. I am going to perform the sinful part of this. I'm going to just cover it with light brown sugar. Absolutely wonderful. These have been in the oven for approximately 35 minutes at 375 degrees. Everybody's oven has its own little things, and I just test them, look at them, make sure they're done. But 375 degrees for about 35 minutes. Remember, no matter who wins the Super Bowl, we've given you 2 recipes that are sure to be a winner at your next party. Easy, simple, inexpensive, and something you can prepare in 35 minutes. We'll see you again next week at Harris Farm. Is it good, Lily? It's great, isn't it?
Tonight on Heart of the Home, I promised you a rich recipe, and wow, is it rich. I've been eating this cake for about 30-something years. You were 2 years old.
No, because I'm only 29.
Well, okay. My daughter Angela was only 2 the first time I had this cake. Gosh, does that make me or you old?
Neither one.
Okay, neither one. It is a rich recipe. This was submitted by Doreen Lee. She's from Kankakee, Illinois. And she got the recipe from, I think, a junior league cookbook there many years ago. Rich chocolate cinnamon cake. Rich and good. Now, I made my first one last week, and Angela's going to go over the ingredients for you.
There are 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of butter, a 1/4 cup baking cocoa, 1 cup water, 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 eggs, and 1 teaspoon of salt.
Now, if y'all have been tuning in to Heart of the Home, we all know I'm not much at measuring. Now, we're going to add, we are actually measuring, aren't we? We measured today.
We don't do that.
Measure. Well, we're measuring today because this cake is pretty precise, and we need to measure this. Okay, Angela, we have combined 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar. We sifted that, and now we're melting our cup of butter with our cocoa and our water. We're going to let that melt good, and then we're going to pour it over the dry ingredients, and then we're going to add our buttermilk and our cinnamon and our vanilla and our eggs.
And our soda.
Tiny bit of soda, tiny bit of salt. It's going to be ready to bake. This is a simple recipe using plain flour.
And the chocolate's already smelling so good.
Oh man, this chocolate smells great. This is what makes this cake rich. Butter and chocolate, kind of like a man with a 401k and a state retirement. Now,
And
that's
an
pretty
out-of-town hobby.
Oh my gosh, that's rich. That's rich. Now this is what, a 10 by 15 pan?
Sure.
It's a little bit larger than normal, and that's the size pan that this recipe requires. It's going to be in the oven for 30 minutes or until a toothpick put in comes out dry. Do not overbake it. My first one, I did overbake it, so watch it closely. Now this rich recipe for our icing is, Angela, the amount of butter is 1 cup of butter, 1 bag of 10x sugar,
4th cup of cocoa,
4th cup of cocoa,
6 tablespoons of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla.
That's it.
Boil it in a saucepan.
That is it, guys, and it is so simple, and you pour it over the cake hot. Man, I think this deserves the rich and powerful. Ooh, man, it's good. These walnuts came from Harris Farm, and they're big chunks of walnuts. You can use pecans, you can use walnuts. I just happen to have a ton of walnuts we picked up out on the ground and shelled. Oh, wow.
Yummy.
Wow, yummy. Just a hint of cinnamon and a whole lot of rich chocolate. Now, what do you think of that?
I think that looks yummy enough to eat.
I think that
Let's
looks
dig in.
yummy. I think Doreen had a good idea. This was a great recipe, guys. Angela, I promised you this was going to be rich and hot.
Oh,
Tori!
Hey.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Home from college.
I smelled this all the way in Atlanta, so I had to come up.
Okay, good idea. Tori, there you go, honey. The 3rd generation gets the cake. 3 generations, a great recipe. Bye-bye. It's great to have you home, sweetheart.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
If you or your business are looking for local advertising opportunities, we have sponsorships available for new programming coming soon on ETC3. Contact us at 706-697-5591.
Y'all come by and see us anytime you can.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Welcome to Amazing Friday. The sun has come out. The sun, y'all remember that? It's this big thing up in the sky, and every once in a while we see it.
Yes.
Yesterday we saw it. Today we're going to see it. Tomorrow we're going to see it. Yay!
Yes.
In honor of Smoke on the Mountain, the sun has come up this morning. Is there a song, The Sun Has Come Up This Morning? Yeah.
And you know what else is starting this weekend?
What?
A little racing preview.
Oh,
they had
that's
Daytona
right.
practice.
That's
and
right.
I am so psyched for NASCAR.
That's right, and I am so psyched for Smoke on the Mountain.
I know, you're going to have so much fun.
Tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. And I will tell y'all, if you want a sneak peek, the cast will be staying at Harry and Lynn Dawson's cabin. I could give y'all directions to it, and you could sneak and look in the windows and see what they look like without their makeup, or you can just wait and see them on stage. I can tell you this is going to make you laugh. It's going to make you, when you leave there, you're going to feel uplifted, and it is a great way for us to give back to the community. Smoke on the Mountain has not been in this area. It is like a big deal to bring this class of acting to a little tiny town. Now, this is a little tiny town with a big heart, and I say that all the time. We want you to bring your heart and bring a can of food, because the tickets, we've decided, because of all the crazy weather and people trying to find tickets, yada, 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 $12 advance or $12 at the door. We're going to do it that way, and please, please bring a can of food. Any kind of can of food you want to bring a can of food.
I hope you get a lot of food.
To fill the pantries of Copper Basin, you know, is one of those areas that is really, really struggling financially. A lot of jobs lost and not many jobs replaced. And there's something going on we can't talk about, and I wish we could, and I wish the lady had returned the call, but there are some jobs available, and during a break I'm going to try to get permission to tell you about some jobs that will be available. It's one of those shh things, but I'm going to try to open up and let you know.
I was told yesterday you have to get permission to.
Right, which just drives me crazy. If the jobs are available and they're in our community, and why can't we talk about it? So here I go. I'm going to have a heart attack over this, but I'm going to try to make a call while we're on break. Today is a day of, I feel pink and pretty today, because we have a whole lot of ladies.
And pretty.
I'm purple, but we
You're
have
royal.
a whole lot of ladies in pink and pink and pink and pink. They got up out of the operating room, washed their hands, scrubbed up, and came to be with us this morning. They got here early because their boss did like I used to do. I used to get here early, and you know, it just meant I sat here by myself for 30 minutes. That's kind of silly. So these girls are on top of their game. They've been here a long time. They've been here long enough to have already done 2 surgeries.
And guess who else is here? Bob and Evelyn.
Bob and Evelyn
2 of our
Blackstone
favorite
are
people.
here.
Yes.
And at 9:15, guess who else is going to be here? My buddy, Mr. Positive, Mr. Cut Spending, Joe Kelly
cheerleader.
McCutcheon.
Mama's cheerleader, one of the greatest guys ever.
Joe Kelly McCutcheon will be
excited.
here. And we are, today is going to be a very positive program leading to a great, great weekend. The sun is out. Y'all go outside and look. It's the sun.
But not before last. It thundered.
It did, which means snow.
Snow was on the ground for 9 days. And then we had thunder in the wintertime. And my granny always said, those are 2 signs we're going to get another big snow within a week.
We don't want any more big snow.
So buckle up and go get your toilet paper.
Please don't snow anymore, Lord. Please don't let it snow.
It's gonna.
And Angela has, you're eating halls and you've been coughing. And
I've been coughing my head off.
You kind of sound like one of those, I know who you sound like, Dorothy on
I sound like
Golden Girls. She had that raspy man's voice.
Yeah, no, I sound like that old singer from the 60s that died of a drug overdose.
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin. I kind of sound like Janis Joplin.
So we are feeding her halls and feeding her hot coffee and hoping that she will turn it around and be able to
I've been hoarse for days,
sound like
but
a woman.
I've been coughing my head off.
Because right now she's sounding like the bass singer for, guess what? The Inspirations will be at Salem No. 2 next week.
Wow.
And my favorite, love trio of the year, the Booth Brothers. They will be down at the Technical College in Ackworth. Now, I can't give you exact directions, but I know it's 92 at 75, and it's not very far. It is a great, great concert. Those tickets are $15 and worth every red cent. If you have
$15, that's pretty cheap to see the Booth Brothers,
If you have not seen the Booth Brothers live, it is, well, I don't know, in Jasper we charged 10 and people had fits, so think about it, yeah.
Wow.
And the Booth Brothers charge $6,500 to come,
that's what I'm saying.
But they're worth it. They're worth it. They're worth every red cent of it. The Booth Brothers,
it's expensive to have them.
They change their fees based on nights of the week too, but they are incredible. You will also get to see the inspirations for a love offering at Salem number 2. So that is, I believe it's next Thursday, but I'll get the details on that. But it is going to be a week to begin recovery. I keep saying.
Exactly 15 years ago. Exactly 15 years ago. Life was very, very different. Man, it's really weird because it is truly like it was yesterday. But 15 years ago, we brought the cast of Smoke on the Mountain to McCaysville. It was awesome. It was for my birthday. And I don't know if y'all know it or not, but my birthday's coming up again, and I would love to have Smoke on the Mountain back. I told Bill Cagle, I said, you need to tell Bay. I told everybody, y'all need to get that cast and crew back together, and you need to do Smoke on the Mountain. In the dead of winter, we need something to make us smile. And so I just think that was such a good time, and we packed out that church. I think there were 3 performances, and all 3 of them were just packed, and everybody had a great time. A lot of people came to more than one performance because it was really cool. We need something to smile about and laugh about. The cold weather's setting in. The high Thursday's going to be 33. You got to wrap up. You got to wear socks. You got to wear a coat. It's going to be cold. So find yourself something funny to watch. Now, I hope that you will go to our YouTube channel and you will just go back through some of the programs, because some of the antics with Angela and I were often a tiny bit crazy because we were mother and daughter, and mother and daughters can get by with crazy stuff. I think the next program, I just randomly chose some stuff, but I hope this is the one with Emery Samples, because Emery Samples was Junior Samples' son, and he came to visit us. And way back, Angela used to date one of his sons. And his wife actually worked for me at Sherry's Iron Skillet, so we have a long history. But when Emery came to visit us, it was the funniest thing, because he's just as slow talking as his daddy, but he's a country preacher. So, you know, sometimes he talks a little bit faster. But he came to visit, and we just enjoyed every single minute of it. So let's go now to another program that I just randomly ran and got this stuff and said, okay, Trace, choose this one, choose this one, choose this one, and let's see what happens. So let's see if we get a little bit of, I hope this is the Emery Samples program.
Welcome. It is Fabulous Friday. Freezing Friday. Today we're going to talk fire and ice. Fire because we're wishing there was a big fire going in the fireplace. Yes. And ice because this child comes in freezing to death. Now listen to this, y'all. This is common sense. And I will tell y'all before I do this disclosure, her daddy was a genius.
He really was.
But he was a borderline idiot. And she inherited, very fine line. She inherited a little bit of that. She comes in here freezing to death, shivering, shaking, and fixes herself a cup of coffee. But then the next thing she does, she fixes herself a Mountain Dew on ice. So today's theme is fire and ice. If you're sitting at home drinking something cold and you're freezing, get yourself a blanket, because there's a difference in cold and hot.
Yes, but in my defense,
Angela, explain to me this
I've been up since 2:22 this morning, because if anybody has RLS, which is restless leg syndrome, you know what a beast it is. And I do suffer from that. And last night was one of those nights. So I soak in the tub. The hot water usually eases it. I've taken 6 Motrin. And
Which is going to kill your kidneys. You want me to give you the doctors to,
I know, but I've had a heck of a
can't
night.
do that.
So I have to have all the caffeine that I can get, or I'm going to be laying here going.
Okay, but the whole point is have caffeine hot. When
Yes.
you come in here, she's her father's child. Her blue eyes show that.
But I'm
too.
also anemic, and for
Right.
some reason, people that are anemic sometimes crave ice. I don't know why. We have to chew it. We have to crunch it. And it is cold, but
Yeah.
hey, all the way up here,
What
I had
is
my
that
heater
I
on
said
like
yesterday
100.
about common sense is worth more than any college degree
I missed
you could
that
ever
show.
find. Well, if you are freezing to death, and honestly, y'all, my
I
hands,
have my coffee,
my
guys.
hands are like
And
ice.
it is freezing in here.
So
Y'all don't know.
the first break we take, when we come back, y'all will see the fireplace on because I'm going out and get me some kindling, and I'm going to start me a fire. So,
Yes.
and then we will truly have fire and
Yes.
ice. We're also going to have fire and ice because we're going to talk about a chili cook-off. Well, let me tell you about chili.
God, wouldn't that be good right now?
Chili is really
Oh.
good or really bad.
Yes.
And I have been a judge at a chili cook-off, and there was some extremely good chili.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some of the weirdest stuff I ever put in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I said, this is what?
Yeah.
You did what?
Yeah.
And I'm eating this, and I'm like, ugh. So
Mm-hmm.
if you like chili, we're going to entice you to be in a cook-off. We hope everybody there will do the very best chili ever.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike some places I've been,
Right.
you just thought, is this really chili?
You know
because
whose
it didn't
chili
even
I
resemble
like?
it. Who? Wendy's. I like Wendy's chili.
I love Wendy's chili. I think Dave got it right.
I think he has great chili.
It is good chili.
And let me say something
Yeah.
about our local Wendy's. Pick Lindsay, who's my friend and owns all the local Wendy's.
He's a good guy.
He is an amazing man when it comes to donations because
Yes.
I will call him. All I do is pick up the phone, and within 10 minutes, I have exactly what I need. He is an amazing, amazing guy. So if you get an opportunity to shop locally, once again, he owns about 5 of our local Wendy's, and a really, really good guy. So there you go. And on cold days, like I wish we had some chili. I'd put my hands in it. But guess what somebody promised me I would have waiting on me when I get to the office? It's really good.
Unless you're saying Gabriel Subs, I don't want to hear it.
No, oatmeal. Oatmeal, don't say this name.
Okay.
Oatmeal from that fast food restaurant. I talked about it, and I told y'all,
I haven't tried it, but it smells
now
good.
my mama, I went to Mount Vernon to make sure she's still there. She's not there. She's in heaven. But anyway, her grave's still there.
Yeah.
Because Mama would sit me down in front of a bowl of oatmeal, and I swear this is the truth. And she would say, Sugar, you're going to eat some of that before you get up from the table. Well, couldn't do it. I just could not do it. And I would start to take a bite, and couldn't do it. And I'd gag. So Mama would force me to
Or
take...
she'd wait till you could stick a fork in it and it would come out
It
of the bowl.
was cold and it was concrete, and Mama would still make me take a bite of it. That's why I didn't force my kids. I would suggest things for them to eat.
I love oatmeal.
But I did not force it on them. Now, this oatmeal I've been eating lately that comes from, believe it or not, a fast food
place.
restaurant. I am so
Over
hooked
200
on
billion
it.
served.
Yeah, and I am so hooked on it. But it says, I think it's 270 calories.
I don't know.
And we checked the cholesterol content, and it's really good. And I said, who'd ever thought my mama, Hazel Dobbs' daughter, would be pulling through a drive-through and saying, could I have an oatmeal and an unsweet tea, please?
It has fruit in it and everything.
Because my mama would never have believed this. I would sit there. Was I stubborn just a little bit?
She still is.
I would sit there and say, I am not eating that. I am not tasting that.
And knowing my grandma, she was like, you're right.
Oh, yeah. I sat there till 10 o'clock at night some nights.
And then it's twice as bad to eat. You might as
Oh,
well
it's
go
so
ahead and
bad
take a bite.
cold, yeah. And then the Brussels sprouts thing.
I love Brussels sprouts.
God, I
Oh
gag
my
at the thought
God.
of Brussels sprouts.
And you know who makes the best in their microwave?
You are my mother's child.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you are.
We know.
Yeah,
that Tori came from
reincarnation.
you and I came from Hazel. I mean, you know, I don't know what the birth order was supposed to be.
That
but
is too
our
weird.
spirits got all mixed up. But, oh my gosh.
Brussels sprouts
Listen,
stink.
go to the freezer section, and they're in the little boxes, and it's the frozen little Brussels sprouts with butter. Pop them in the microwave for 5 minutes, and you are in heaven. They are delicious. You don't have to go through the muss and fuss of fixing them, smelling up your house.
Well, you're surely your daddy's child.
Drop them in a bowl. I could eat those for a snack. But now tell
A
them what
snack.
tell them what I've been eating for dinner and craving a lot of lately. Talk about instant food.
Oatmeal. Oh, grits.
Cheese grits with bacos.
Okay, grits.
And butter.
Now I like grits the totally southern way with salt and butter.
And
I
sugar.
had never heard of people putting sugar in grits.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, I see people putting sugar in grits, and I'm like, ugh.
Oh, it's so yummy.
I know. I can't even imagine that because to me, eggs and grits and bacon and 2 pieces of toast with strawberry preserves is the perfect
Got
meal.
jazzed up. But yeah, 3 nights
Sugar
this
and
week.
grits?
I'm a cheap date. 3 nights this week, I've had my little instant packets of cheese grits. I put them in the microwave. I put my butter in there, and then I put bacos in them.
Oh,
Yummy.
my gosh.
Oh, hey, I'm cheap.
Well,
you know?
we've either made y'all hungry or made you sick. I don't know which one we've done today, but fire and ice. It is cold, but let me tell y'all something. I have the greatest news ever. Valentine's Day's approaching, and that means the good Lord is sending us 6 days of great weather for Valentine's Day.
Wow.
We're going to have 50-degree weather, 55-degree weather, up to 60-degree weather in the next 6 days. So
Holy
if you were going to
cow.
buy a really, really expensive gift for your honey for Valentine's Day, forget it. The good Lord just sent us 6 days of amazing weather.
Wow.
So we are
So
excited.
what do those of us do that don't have a honey?
Well,
Suggestions out there?
deal with it. No, just...
No, I want some chocolate, dang it. Mama bought me some chocolate.
Okay, I'll buy you some chocolate. I don't want chocolate because it gives me a headache, although I do love it. But this weekend for Valentine's Day, not really. Just because we want to, we're going on a picnic. We're going to go on a picnic, and let
Where?
me tell you the things we'll take. Spam and potted meat. Ugh.
I love fried spam.
Well, spam
Are we
and potted
country
meat.
or what?
Are
fried
we country
bologna
or what?
and fried spam,
You got it.
cheese grits with
And
bacon
we'll take
toast.
a little bit of peanut butter and jelly. And if y'all can remember the name of the place, I talked about this on Monday. And it comes out at the dollar store on 52. If you can remember the name of the road. And I told y'all, this is the most beautiful drive. It is so amazingly 20 minutes from downtown Ellijay. 15 minutes from downtown Blue Ridge, and it is like stepping back in time. It is beautiful. Call
Isn't it
us.
supposed to be that warm to have a picnic this
It
weekend?
is supposed to be. When you have a motorhome, you can have a picnic in the warm.
Okay, I have a tent in the backyard. Y'all remember that from the summer, right? When I told my little
Yeah,
story
you
about...
still got it. Yeah.
I still got it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess I'll go camping in the tent.
Well, we will go up on this road. Now, if y'all can call us at 866-939-2329. Somebody, Ange, can you reach that DVD?
Which one? No, I
Of the
got my-
Kaylors. Okay. That's, we'll have a good time. The front one is the Kaylor family. We're gonna show this, and we're gonna talk about these amazing people. They are great. They are wonderful, and we're gonna give this away. We were there the night it was filmed. It was such a wonderful night. And with that night came some great food from Miss Kaylor. So there you go, Miss Linda, I love you. We're going to go to a song we didn't get to yesterday, and it's called I'll Live Again. When you leave here, we will live again, and it will be a better life with no pain and no sorrow and no sadness and no tax men either.
Right.
Yay, yay, there you go.
Yeah.
It will be a different life, and in the...
Say no to the tax man.
In the DVD, you will see this wonderful family that ministers through music at Salem No. 2 and travels everywhere. If you get an opportunity to see the Kaylors or to get to know the Kaylors, you need to do it. More than that, you need to pick up a copy of their DVD.
You need to just be blessed enough to know them because they
That's
are
right.
wonderful people.
They are wonderful people. Somebody today is going to win a copy of this DVD. If you can tell me, I talked about this road, I told y'all how to get there, call us at 866-939-2329. Now, I hope you paid attention to yesterday's show, because yesterday's program is the answer to, there's something on... Yes, absolutely. We sure did. We did, and we came out right there at the dollar store. Let me tell you about that dollar store. They've taken quite a bit of my money lately, and they love it. But we do have a winner on the contest. It is Doublehead Gap, and it is a beautiful, beautiful drive between Gilmer and Fannin County out in the country. So
But we're going to give away a $50 gift certificate, compliments of my buddy Hans Rufert to the Woodbridge Inn. Now this is our Valentine goodie for you. Hans has just returned from Houston. He has been back in the hospital. We didn't tell y'all because we didn't want to panic.
Yep.
Everybody gets really nervous. He was really nervous. I could tell this time he was very nervous, but we hope for good results.
Are they going to be open Monday?
They will be open on Valentine's Day. They will also be open for dinner. They will be open for dinner on Sunday night.
And go have me some trout.
So there you
and
go.
some banana Foster.
There you go. But if you can, if you remember yesterday's show, just think about the things I did yesterday. And I tell you all the time, you better pay attention because one lucky person is going to win a $50 gift certificate to the Woodbridge Inn. We're going to take a break, and we're going to go to our sponsors and thank the good Lord for these amazing sponsors. And Annie came on board about the same time she got that heart-healthy salad bar. Very wise move for her because
it's very good.
As spring comes about, people get in the mood for a good salad, and then during the winter, always be in the mood for a good Annie's biscuit and gravy.
I know.
Yeah, we love
the brown
them.
gravy.
The brown gravy, the white gravy. I told you. Are you sure you're mine?
I think I had to be because I was.
Yeah, we won't discuss
your Grady.
Yeah, she was born at Grady Hospital, and we'll tell. That's a whole nother story that you'll read about someday. We're going to take a break.
I look just like my daddy. That's the proof.
Yes, she does. We're going to take a break, and she has.
He had me.
She has his brain too, or the lack of. I don't know which. I can't decide. He was a genius. Sometimes
really
she is. Yes, he was. Okay, here we go.
She ain't.
We're taking a break, and we're going to go to our sponsors and to my friend Rich Scott. When we come back, fire and ice. Get yourself a blanket. Get yourself a hot cup of coffee because we're going to talk fire and ice.
Somebody bring me a blanket.
Here we go.
She was mine. She was beautiful. She was smart. She was so talented. And for whatever reason, she's not with us today. But thank God for these memories. Thank God for these DVDs. Thank God for all the time that I can look back and hear her voice and to see her smile and to know that before things turned dark, life was good. Life was good. So if you know somebody who is struggling, if you know somebody who is fighting depression, if you know somebody who's been scammed, if you know somebody who is hurting, please reach out and get them help. And often the first thing out of their mouth is, oh, I'm okay, I'll be fine. No, that's not often the way it turns out. So today we're going to end with one of my favorite songs by Mr. Ellijay. Now when he did I've Been Wrong Before, he did it because a young lady had walked into his pawn shop and said, I've got this going on and this going on, and I'm in a bad position in life, and da-da-da-da-da. And so he took that, just something that was happening to a human, and he wrote a song. And when you listen to it, we've all been there. Something's gone wrong before, whether it be a job, a relationship, a family, something happened from any or everything. And sometimes we react to it the way we should, sometimes we can't handle it. But he wrote this song, and when I heard it, I thought, wow, that doesn't sound like him. Well, he was telling somebody else's story. Each and every one of us has a story, and maybe our story should be told. Maybe it would help other people. Maybe you need to say, hey, we need help. We're facing something that we can't face alone. I'll tell you how you get that help. You call on him. That's the only way I survived my daughter's death, the only way. And so many of you were out there praying for me. So many of you were out there calling, texting, sending messages, sending cards. Thank you to each and every one. I have every card anybody ever sent me. And I guess when I go to be with Jesus, I'll take the cards with me so I'll have something to do when I get there, because I've got lots of cards to read. But I thank each and every one of you for being there to support me during the darkest day of my life. We're going to end with Dwight as he does a song that pretty much says it all. We've all been wrong before, but we know that we'll be okay, because if we call on him, he's going to answer. He's going to answer. We don't always get the answer we wanted. We don't always get exactly the plan we had hoped we would be living, but we do get that support. And when I look at what I faced, I could not have done it. I could not have done it alone. So here we go. Probably the song, I love mountain life, but this is second in my book, Mr. Ellijay.
The bank says it's foreclosing and the pickup needs repair. The LP tank's on zero and my wheel is almost there. The hope I had left with you when you walked out the door, I would say things can't get worse, but I've been wrong before. The postman brought a letter. He said he needs my signature. He don't know you had to go, and the way you left me here. I told him I don't love you, oh, but the Lord knows I still do. And he knows just what I feel inside and the things I'm going through. My brother said there's a bottle that'll make this go away. I could drink until it's over or until my dying day. Left a message on my phone. I called in to talk to him to see what's going on. They're laying off across the plant, employees by the score. I would say things can't get worse, but I've been wrong before. And I could turn to the bottle and make this go away. I could drink until it's over or until my dying day. I could do these things and tell myself I don't care anymore. And I could hope it don't get worse again, but I've been wrong before. The country